This is THV 11 News at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Brooke Buckner. We start with continuing coverage of last night's controversial ruling that blocks the 10 Commandments from being displayed in every public school classroom across the state. The judge says the law amounts to government endorsement of Christianity, but despite both Governor Sanders and Attorney General Tim Griffin saying they plan to appeal, one attorney we spoke to says this ruling seems to be final.
The judge was pretty clear on it, and I think the law is incredibly clear on it. So I don't even know if a court's going to take up the issue, given it's pretty black and white.
The ruling immediately impacts 6 school districts, including Conway and Hot Springs Lakeside.
It's a top priority not just for Republicans in Congress. Again, common sense versus crazy. It's crazy to say that you should not be a citizen or not have ID to vote.
Meanwhile, lawmakers at the nation's capital are currently debating the Save America Act. The bill would require proof of citizenship to register to vote, along with photo ID to cast a ballot. But some Democratic lawmakers believe it's a bad thing for voters.
Ready to be here all day, all night, as long as it takes to ensure the powers of voter suppression do not win the day. Let me be very clear. The SAVE Act is not a voter ID bill. It is in every sense a voter suppression bill.
Just last week, President Trump threatened to not sign most other bills until it was passed, but it remains subject to a 60-vote threshold to end debate and move to pass it. Starting in 2027, people on Medicaid will face new work requirements, and national advocates are sounding the alarm about what that could mean here in Arkansas. THV 11's Carter Thweet joins us in studio to explain which patients need to prepare for the rule changes. Carter?
That's right, Brooke. These new requirements are part of President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill, and they call for people to work or serve a certain number of hours in order to keep their Medicaid coverage. There is a list of exemptions, but some advocates say it's not long enough.
They need to be either employed, participating in some type of training program, or involved in education, school, or doing some type of community service or volunteering.
Mary Franklin with the Arkansas Department of Human Services wants to make sure everyone is ready before the requirements begin January 1st. That's why DHS plans to start outreach and testing its systems as soon as this summer.
In Arkansas, we are planning to soft launch this program in July with the goal to educate our clients about what the requirement is.
The bill requires people to work or serve 80 hours a month unless they're currently in school. There are exceptions for caregivers, people with disabilities, disabled veterans, and those who are pregnant, but not for one specific group.
What we're asking for in Arkansas is the governor is to exempt people from HIV from the work requirements. It's not that we don't want them to work, but it's you have no choice.
Carl Schmidt is the executive director of the HIV and Hepatitis Policy Institute in D.C. He says that while many people living with HIV can and do work, some face barriers, and losing Medicaid would be disastrous for the over 6,000 people in Arkansas who have the disease.
Medicaid is just so important for people living with HIV. Around 40% of people with HIV in the United States get their health care through Medicaid. That's what's keeping them alive.
Schmid wrote a letter to DHS asking officials to consider a blanket exemption for people with HIV. Meanwhile, DHS plans to launch a new website this summer with information about the work requirements and who qualifies for exemptions. Carter Thweet, THV 11 News.
Carter, thank you. If you're getting a late jump and you're heading out to the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Hot Springs, here are the numbers over the next couple of 3 hours in the lower 50s, dropping into the upper 40s. It is going to be a very chilly evening. Make sure you take along an extra layer or two, as long as those layers are green, okay? St. Patrick's Day. Layer up with that green puffer jacket, if you will. 47 Mountain Home. It's 52 Little Rock. Hot Springs, our official reporting station, not reporting tonight. 59 in Texarkana. It was a little milder in southwest Arkansas. Now, after the lows tonight fall back into the 40s, tomorrow will be milder statewide with partly sunny skies. 70. It'll be breezy and warmer. Quite warm on Thursday, 80. And then Friday is the first day of spring. 9:46 a.m. is when spring arrives. We'll see highs in the lower 80s. Now it's going to get warmer from there. Some record temperatures are possible this weekend. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. Brooke.
Thank you, Tom. Tonight, Little Rock School District staff are celebrating not only a state championship for Hall High's boys basketball team, but also news that the school will stay open. The state approved a plan to turn Hall into a conversion charter school, giving it a future after months of uncertainty. THV 11's Tanya Motorzitsky shows us how students and staff are moving forward.
Wearing Hall across our chest means something. It means pride.
For students and staff at Hall High School, there's a lot to celebrate. The boys basketball team won the state championship over the weekend, and now they get to put their trophy in the case to add to the legacy and live up to their name as Warriors. Because of students like them and those like Darius Kennebrew who came before them, fighting hard through challenges like trying to keep Hall's doors open.
We don't sit on the sideline, especially coming from Hall High School. Warriors have to fight for everything.
Faced with declining enrollment, the Little Rock School District struggled to keep Hall running. With barely 300 students, operating costs made it hard to keep the lights on.
It is very expensive as a district to keep that afloat.
Those concerns eased last week when the Arkansas Department of Education approved making Hall a conversion charter school.
We have a lot of flexibility in terms of how we do staffing and how we do scheduling, which will allow us to not have to worry about those financial threats in the future.
Superintendent Dr. Jamal Wright says this new model creates a smaller, more personalized high school with career-ready opportunities and community partnerships. That includes dual enrollment and self-paced courses, allowing students to complete classes at their own speed instead of a full semester. School leaders plan to cap enrollment at 300 students, and so far, 200 people are registered for next school year.
We don't see this as necessarily as a Band-Aid approach for Hall. We see this as an approach that will continue to make Hall an attractive choice.
While details are still being finalized, Kennebrew says he's looking forward to continuing to work with the district on Hall's future.
Things have changed in education. A lot of times change is good, and with this change, we hope that it leads to the benefit of servicing our kids.
The lights on Hall's gym stay on, and legacy of Warriors lives on.
We are proud to represent Hall High School, and we hope we made you all proud too.
Where the Warriors' armor still shines. At Hall High School, Tanya Motorzitsky, THV 11 News.
Tanya, thank you. Dr. Wright says after spring break, they'll have multiple open houses for families to learn more about Hall's new model. Meanwhile, the new Pinnacle View High School in West Little Rock is set to open in the fall of 2027. Over in Arkadelphia, officials are investigating after a fire at the Valley View Apartments early this morning. The good news is nobody was critically injured or killed, but unfortunately everything in the 12-unit building has been considered a total loss.
These people, they lost pretty much everything that they didn't grab going out the door. They lost everything. So, just trying to remember, what they had and what they didn't have. So it's tough.
The American Red Cross has set up a temporary shelter for those affected, but the First Baptist Church there is also offering assistance. Now to our series, Driving You Crazy, covering traffic changes and road work across the Little Rock Metro. THV 11's Journey Taylor looks ahead to the future of Interstate 57 and a new way to track its progress in real time.
If you've driven through Jacksonville or toward Cabot lately, you've seen the work zones. What you may not realize is you're looking at the future of Interstate 57. The project is split into two major sections, each focused on widening and improving traffic flow.
The first of those is located Main Street to Vanderburg in Jacksonville. That's the 2 miles of widening.
That project starting in the spring of 2023 and is expected to wrap up later this year.
It is running a few months ahead of schedule, but we haven't officially changed the signs because we never want to jinx ourselves. We got to get through this summer and the fall. You never know what might happen.
And while that section nears the finish line, another stretch will take a little longer.
The second widening project begins at Highway 5, where Highway 5 intersects what was formerly 67 and continues about 4 miles north to Highway 89. Closer to Cabot.
It started just after the first project and is projected to finish in the second half of 2027.
So when all is said and done, you're going to have that entire section from Jacksonville widened 6 lanes all the way up to Cabot.
But for drivers, the big question is always the same. How long will this take? Now, there's a new way to find out through RDOT's construction dashboard.
We'll show you every construction project in the state, whether it's ongoing, completed, or pending future.
Launched in October of 2025, it's a one-stop shop to track project timelines, costs, and progress all in real time.
Construction dashboard is a great thing. It's still relatively new, but we hope more people like you find it and use it because it's there for you, the citizen.
So whether you're driving it today or planning for tomorrow, the future of I-57 is coming into focus. And now you can follow every step along the way if it's driving you crazy. I'm Journey Taylor, THV 11 News.